Hiya. Today I just want to talk a little bit about unhealthy bonds and how we can, sorry, just move this a little bit, how we can bond with unhealthy things, especially if, our trust has been broken in people. What we can have a tendency to do is to bond with other things, i.e., addictions. We can tend to bond with drugs, or we can bond with keeping busy as a way as to not to feel and to fill that kind of gap that's missing from that true kind of intimacy and bonding with people. Um, and also, we can actually stop having that relationship with ourselves. I'm a big believer in, if we're struggling with bonding with people and intimacy, if we can start to build that relationship with ourselves, if we can kind of nurture that sensitive side of us, if we can kind of um, start to get that positive dialogue going, i.e., building a relationship with ourselves, it's amazing how suddenly our relationships with other people start to come good. So sometimes our relationship with ourselves, we will bond with other things, i.e., outward things like keeping busy, jobs, anything other than kind of be with ourselves. And if we can't be with ourselves, it makes things hard because we go everywhere. So part of counselling can help. We can explore that negative dialogue that might be going on within our heads, that negative kind of nagging sergeant major kind of strict matron kind of perfectionist that seems to have taken over in our mind, that just keeps nagging and nagging and nagging. And what people don't realise is there's that side of us, but there's also the nurturing side of us, the parent, the loving parent, the kind um, person. And sometimes we're so bombarded with the strict side of us that we haven't nurtured, the loving side of us hasn't had a chance. And what we can look at in therapy is, what is that negative dialogue? How much do we just allow that negative dialogue to just be the truth? You know, um, what would it look like to start not letting this negative dialogue just be our truth? What would it look like to start challenging this negative dialogue? What would it look like in our lives to start feeling nurturing and kind to ourselves? And what would it look like to observe this negative nagging that goes on and actually question it now and again and go, I don't know if that's right. I don't know if I'm going to take that today. Um, so it's about balancing up. It's good to have, because if we felt really fantastic about ourselves all the time, then maybe it'd come across arrogant. But then we don't want to be totally nagging and horrible and bullying to ourselves either. So it's about balancing up, getting back into balance, from that. So it's not bullying, it's just some constructive criticism, you know. And yeah, it's not, super confident, arrogant kind of feeling, but it's just this, getting in touch with this loving, nurturing, kind side to us that says, do you know what? You have worked hard today. Do you know what? That is enough, you know? So yeah, that's just a little bit about the two sides of us that can kind of go on, and therapy can be a very good way to explore, where's this nurturing side gone? Where's this loving side gone? Where's this unpunishing side of me gone? Let's tap into that. Let's look at building that back up a little bit. And it can be very beneficial for people and very healing. It's not an easy thing. It can take some practice, but it's one of the things we can kind of explore within therapy. So yeah, that's just a little bit on the two sides of us and how therapy can kind of help with that. I hope you get something from this, and yeah, speak to you soon. Thank you.